Hello, everybody, and welcome to the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Show, your weekly go-to all things automotive place. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Konrad DeLong, Jeff Dziekan is off camera for the moment anyway. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could make it with us on this absolutely stunningly beautiful Saturday here in Houston, Texas. Weather's cool. The dog's got a little hop in her step, and she's doing fine. And so we're all good. We got a great show lined up for you today, and we got a lot of things planned in the next 2.5 hours. It's going to be a glorious morning.
It is. It started out great, and it's getting even better.
And how are you?
I'm kidding.
What are you
busy still touching yourself?
Now I'm on the other side. Now I got to get.
Mrs. Haygood over here is adjusting her bra straps.
Well, Jeff's always
getting ready
after
for the
me
show.
Not to have anything show.
Well, no, he didn't say anything about that. That's on you.
No, he.
But Jeff is our technical director, and he tells us to clean our tissues and our coffee and all of the paperwork off of the desktop, and we try and listen to him, but not always.
We try.
I give up.
It doesn't work.
See, Jeff also brought all of the Halloween decorations. We have.
Oh, by the way, I think that didn't we have something that was talking earlier? Did I hear something
The
that was
crow.
talking? The crow talks. Let the crow talk. It's Halloween. That's all it does?
Oh, I think it's got 3 or 4 different things, but we've heard enough.
It was kind of hard to understand. Does the sound actually come out of the bird, or does it come out of the bass? Let me have that thing. Let me have this. You just press the yellow button?
Yeah, it sounds like.
Where's the speaker in this? Wait just a minute. You can hear the motor running.
All right, here. Can I have that toy back?
No.
It's supposed to flap its wings
Well,
too.
somebody
but
broke the
Jeff
wings.
broke the wings.
Is this something? This looks like it's something that's been around for a while.
You need to put some wheels on it.
Something like that.
Yes, welcome.
All right.
Welcome to our car show.
Yeah. Enough is enough of that. So joining us right out of the box this morning is Rober Schroder. He's a car guy, and he's also with the 105 Cruisers up there in Montgomery. Bob, thanks so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good. Good morning, gentlemen.
Well, and good morning to you. So Bob has a 57 MGA. Rarely misses a cruise-in. He also owns a 53 Willys Jeep. Seriously, you do?
Yes, I do.
You know, I think that this little office area that you're in should really have in the background all of these cars that you have here, because I'm impressed. 58 Lincoln Continental, a 1989 IROC Z Camaro.
Oh, that works.
Well, that works big time. How about a 66 Chevy Malibu? And they only buy
like that 66.
Now,
yeah.
are all these convertibles?
Every one of them's convertible, except for the Jeep, but it has no doors, so we'll just go with convertible.
Well, yeah.
It didn't have a top to begin with.
Right.
Exactly.
So, what are we going to talk about? You want to talk about your collection of cars? You want to talk about the 105 Cruisers, or?
I think we ought to do both.
Okay, well, let's do both. So let's start with your car collection here. This is, to me, this is like the perfect number of vehicles. It's not too many. It's not too few. It's just right.
It is, and I have to tell you what makes that size perfect is there always a little bit of work to do on every car. It's never overwhelming, but it's just enough. And while I'm working on 1, 2, or 3, I always have another 1 or 2 to drive depending on the occasion.
Yeah,
One of them's always running, I would think. I would hope.
Yeah, unlike our garage, nothing would be running.
Well, if you only got one, if it's running, if it's not, it's not.
So which one is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Well, it kind of depends. The little MG, I did a ground-up restoration, and I'm part of the Houston MG Club, so I get a lot of great advice from them. Great group of people, too.
Yeah.
It's not powerful, but it's just fun to drive. In fact, every once in a while, I have to check the gas tank to make sure I have enough fuel because it's very economical.
Yeah, we've had Mike Gentry on the show a number of times from the MG Club here in town.
Oh, good. Yeah, Mike, great guy. But the Malibu is a little bit of a hot rod, even though it's a convertible. So I like the good sound of a V8, and it's the old '60s muscle era. Gives you that feel like you've gone back in time.
Just a muscle car, yeah.
It is. Now the '58 Lincoln is kind of the iconic. It's a convertible, and Jay Leno actually did a 30-minute program on the Lincoln, and it is just such a unique car. It's a convertible, and I'll tell you, it's 19 feet 1 inch long, and if you have enough passengers, it is a 3-ton car.
It's a land yacht.
Do you get to practice your parade wave?
Exactly. Detroit was not afraid to use sheet metal on that car
and chrome.
And chrome, yeah. And it's like when you drive it, it's like being in your living room and cruising, because it's just huge. And that's probably the one that's the most fun to just cruise in.
Is that the favorite one of the wives?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'll give you the short story, and I'll make it as brief as possible. We bought that car at an auction, and I was bidding on the car, and there was another guy on the other side of the room. So we're going through the numbers. Let's just say I bid 26, he bid 27, I bid 28, he bid 29. I wanted to slow it down, so I paused till the gavel almost came down to the sold, and I bid again, and then he bid, and then the next time I'm waiting to get the gavel, all of a sudden there's a bid, and then I bid again, and the guy tells me, the auctioneer looks at me and says, "No, you can't bid." And I'm thinking, why? And he points at my wife. My wife was sitting next to me, and she bid me up.
She's outbidding you.
Yes. And I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "You're going too slow."
What a great story.
That's funny.
Thanks a lot, honey. Thank you, Kathy. We really appreciate it. So all right, let's shift gears here real quickly, and let's talk about the 105 Cruisers.
Sure.
A little bit of history first. When did that start?
About 5 years ago, a guy named Eddie Gardner. He lives up in Walden, right off Lake Conroe. And as he would go around the neighborhood, he would notice a lot of old cars sitting in garages. And as we all know, these old cars need to be on the road for people to see, not sitting in garages. So he left notes on their doors, and he said, "Hey, come by this Texaco station on Saturday night and we'll get together." Well, about 3 to 5 guys show up. Well, that over time expanded. We have now moved it to in downtown Montgomery. It's adjacent to the Brookshire Brothers, or behind the O'Reilly's Auto Parts. And we meet there now every Saturday at 6 p.m. And we've gone from, say, 5 cars to we're around 70 cars now.
Oh, so wow.
It has grown considerably.
Nice. So when is the next get together?
Actually, this evening, 6 p.m. And we're a car group. We're not a club, so there's no president, no dues, no organization. We use Facebook and texting as a way to stay in communication. Yep. But usually about 5:30 to 6 in the evening in the parking lot, and everyone's welcome. We have a very diverse car group, and we always welcome families, especially kids. We really would like the young people to become more interested in this industry.
Now, you do realize that tonight is Halloween.
And we are having what is called trunk or treat. So there will be lots of candy for the kids.
Where is this going to be?
At the Brookshire Brothers in Montgomery.
That's where it was. I didn't know whether it was still there or not. Thank you.
Yeah.
He doesn't pay attention, does he? These two over here, forget them. They're not even here.
I'm listening. I don't know what you're doing.
But yeah, I didn't state it. We actually are still at the place in Brookshire's parking lot behind the O'Reillys. Lots of room for people to park cars that are not part of the car group or anyone that wants to bring a car So you can bring whatever you like. There's plenty of parking.
Well, I think what I find interesting is the fact that it's right behind O'Reilly. So if there's a problem, boom, there it is.
Well, the other thing is I'm sure all of the businesses surrounding that parking area, they appreciate you coming in because everybody's going to go get something to eat before or after as well. You know, we've watched that at a number of car meets, and as long as everybody...
It's a grocery store, Conrad.
Yeah, but there's other stuff in the immediate vicinity.
Oh, you're talking about fast food.
No. Well, there's a couple little restaurants around there.
You've been?
Yeah, I've been to Montgomery. Montgomery is right where 149 and 105 cross. You got to make the left turn to go to College Station. I drive through there often.
Okay.
I don't stop there.
Have you been to this event?
I haven't been to that event.
Tonight's your night.
Tonight's the
You
night.
should go. Check it out.
Trunk or treat. Well, Bob, it's great to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
One question is, what color is your IROC Z?
It is, I would call it a darker metallic blue, and I'm actually going to repaint it soon with the same color.
Good for you.
Yeah, we had somebody on the internet ask what color it was.
Well, if you've got any, if you got an extra car or two, I mean, I don't mind coming up there and driving one, warming it up for you, take it to the cruis'n.
Exactly. Well, as I always say, I need to air out the exhaust once in a while.
That's right, air it out. That's that.
Yeah, we need to air Don out every now and then too.
Yes, we know what you're talking about.
mainly Don's brain. But Bob Schroder, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Well, and we appreciate you too. We hope to see you tonight up at the Brookshire Brothers in Montgomery.
Well, I'm going to ask one other question. Did you fly that F4 behind you?
No, but one of our, and I'll make it short, even though we're a car group, we have quite a few pilots. I think 4 of us are United pilots, 1 American, 1 Southwest, and one of our buddies flew in Vietnam. He flew that Phantom you see in the background, not that particular plane, but the
One of them,
F4
yeah.
Phantom in Vietnam.
How cool.
Very nice. Okay, thank you, Bob. We're going to try to get to Conrad to move on now, so we appreciate it. All right, take care. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, anytime.
Well, I thought he had an interesting background there.
He does.
He
He's
does
got
have a
cars
very-
and airplanes.
F4 Phantom.
All right, this is the In Wheel Time Car Show. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to take a quick break, and right after that, we're going to have Jeff's car review. Stay with us.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
If Baby could talk, she'd say a lot. You'd know what she's thinking and what makes her happy. But unfortunately, Baby can't talk or remind you you're the one taking her to daycare today. And she won't speak up if you drive straight to work like any other day and never think to look in the backseat. Every year, dozens of kids die from heat stroke in cars. No one is perfect, so set a reminder and always look before you lock. Where's Baby? Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, everybody, it's the In Wheel Time Car Show. Thanks so much for riding with us today. We've got kind of a different music setup for yours truly to control.
Cool.
And,
You have a new toy.
I have a new toy, but
Awesome.
you know, I have to tell you that it's can be intimidating, and
But you're a professional. We'll get through it. I think it's a whole
buttons.
lot easier than what you were doing, huh?
What did you say?
I said it's not as many buttons. Or is it more buttons?
No, it's way more buttons.
A lot more buttons. Yeah.
That's why I have a zipper. I don't like buttons.
Okay. Well, making his rare weekly appearance, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the man about town, your man that has this morning's pre-owned car of the week.
And the show decorator.
And the show, yes, we must mention
shui.
that this is. Did you like the little pumpkin spider?
I thought that was one of your kidney stones. And we have a boo pumpkin and the talking crow.
Oh, but up in front we've got the skeleton
And I can drive a stick. Now, I thought that was a comment about being able to drive a manual transmission. Jeff said, no, that's about
broomsticks.
Nancy riding her broomstick.
I didn't say name. I just said witch's broomstick.
All right, time
I'll
now.
let you pick the Nancy.
It could be Sally or it could be anybody.
All right.
Janet.
The pre-owned car of the week, Jeffrey's got the 2017 Mazda 6 Touring.
Touring.
So I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yes, sir.
But there's a difference between a Mazda 6 and a Mazda 6 Touring?
Oh, yes. Oh,
You're going to get to that?
oh, absolutely, mon ami.
All right, well.
There is a Touring, there is a Sport, and then there's a Grand Touring.
Okay, and we have the Touring.
We have the Touring. So those are the trim levels available.
All right.
And, of course, this is the Touring that I reviewed. It is a sedan. It is a 5-passenger vehicle. Exterior changes and things that went on previous years and up to date to this year. You've got the front fascia. You've got grille. We've got a video coming up or some still shots coming up here momentarily.
Eventually.
Yeah, Mars is over there sucking on his Coke and not
There we
paying
go.
attention. There it is.
No.
Great looking car.
It is a good-looking car.
I want the paint job.
Exactly. Now, Kathy had a 2005. We talked about this the other day.
His wife, Kathy.
Yeah, my wife, Kathy. She had a 2005. She liked the car. She kept it for many, many years.
Because, you know, Bob's wife was named Kathy also.
Oh.
I just wanted to make sure that we got that separate.
Well, there's
You're not dating Bob's wife.
There's
This is your
probably
wife.
millions of women named Kathy out there.
They've lost control.
Just want to bring that up.
So the grill, I like the grill, like you said. I like the front fascia. It's got the fog lamps in it. The rear deck, it's got the Euro look. I mean, there's been multiple years of different manufacturers with the same kind of look, with the fascias, with the rocker styling, the rear deck lid, the spoilers. So one of the things for Mazda, they've actually done some color changes too. They've added some colors to the vehicles over the years. Not many on the interior color-wise, but the exterior colors have been changed as well. Exterior features, it's got the delay headlights, it's got the blind spot warning, lane departure, sort of a BMW-ish look, collision warning optional, a rear spoiler like we talked about. Overall styling, I like it. It's a good-looking little car. For 2017, they did a good job. Interior-wise, and you see there, optional HUD, which I did not know. The head-up display,
Yeah.
I did not know that. It was a year that was actually implemented
Launched.
for 2017. It's got the sunroof, the Bose. Now, with the Bose, you can get anywhere between 6 and 11 speakers. With the Touring, it's the 6, moves up to the Sport, and then the Grand Touring, you get the multiple 11 Bose speaker system in the vehicle.
The Grand Dame.
The
of
Grand Dame.
speakers.
There you go. Active display. It's got the heated mirrors, 6-way or 8-way seats, depending on the trim level that you get. Now, the 7.7-inch screen that you see there on the top, I don't like that. That is one of the things that
Why not?
I just think it's obtrusive.
Looks like it's bolted on.
Exactly. It looks like some aftermarket
Well,
thing.
this is a 2017.
Right, but there's other vehicles that have that as well.
Better
And I-
integrated into the dash.
Thank you, Konrad.
And it's odd because some manufacturers do it that way, even today,
Right.
that it kind of looks like it's an add-on as opposed to integrated. And, I remember there was a period of time somebody had it where it actually popped up from the top of the dash.
Cadillac did that.
Rode it up from
Yep.
the top of the dash.
Yeah, I know that for sure. Cadillac did that, and I hated that as well. Nevertheless, but it's a good styling. It's a good, comfortable vehicle, and is very, very attractive, I think, inside. Now, so far as the engine, the Touring has a 2.5. It's a 4-cylinder. You can get a 6-cylinder. In this now, the horsepower for the 2.5 is 184. It's got the SkyActiv technology, which Mazda's known for.
Which is their direct injected 4-cylinder.
Correct. It's 185-pound torque in Newton meters.
Newton meters.
A 6-speed automatic transmission, 26 to 35 miles per gallon on this.
26 to 35?
Yes, on that. Depending if you've got
26
if you've got a
city, 35 highway.
correct. If you got a Mike Mars foot, you're in the 26 range. So,
Yes, we know.
right. Let's start 3 in there, Mike. 29 combined overall. What could use improvement? The throttle response on these things. What I've found out about these is that it could be better, but there again, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. Traction control in the ride is a good thing on that. Base price on this for the trim level that we have is between $13 and $22, depending on the mileage. I like this shot. That's a menacing looking grill on that. I think that's just a cool looking shot. So
you could get into one of these for really under 20 grand.
right, high mileage, you're looking at the low teens. The lower mileage, you're up in the low 20s, roughly. The one that we're looking at here and we're talking about today is about 17.5. So it's a good average.
And it's
today.
after Mazda changed their whole style of their
Exactly.
vehicle. So it's a good, very good looking, swoopy little car. I know Mazda had a name for their design style.
Swoopy?
No, it wasn't swoopy. There was some
Zoom.
zoom.
There you go. I think that's what it was. Zoom.
Well, wasn't that
It was.
back in the 80s?
No, they did
No.
Zoom a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't very long ago. Yeah, very long ago. New, this vehicle is about 34 plus. Of course, the vehicles that compare to it are the Fords, the Toyotas, and the Hondas.
Yeah, this is a Camry-sized vehicle.
Right.
Honda Accord, that's the comparative.
The styling with the
Group.
front end, the grille, I like that because it reminds me of the Ford Fusions, an Aston Martin look, not necessarily a Lexus look, but that cool looking grille.
It's not overpowering.
Right. Next week, we're going to try to get a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. If anybody out there has one, want to review it.
Has anybody donated the car? You've asked.
No, but
you've asked for different sports cars and stuff. And
I'm going
keep
to
waiting for somebody to donate a car.
Someone
for you.
out there. I don't care if I have to travel around the world. We'll make that happen. We'll make that.
Do it on a trade.
And could I do one thing? A shout out to
can.
a buddy of mine, Todd Sheldon, in Colorado, Denver area.
Yeah.
Longtime friend, grew up together.
Hi, Todd.
He listens to the show. He watches the show. So thanks, brother.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks to all that tune in. We don't know why you're doing it, but
Well, George and Candy and Jeff are all online too.
oh Lord, yes, those are high school friends.
Do they have a Rolls? Anybody
yeah,
got Rolls?
Anybody got a Rolls? Candy may have
Dinner
one.
rolls, maybe.
Dinner rolls. We're in for those.
Croissant rolls.
Hey, we'd love to hear your comments or questions. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're going to have a quick splash and go, and we're back with Konrad's local racing shows, cruises, stories making auto news headlines, all that and more just ahead. Stay with us.
It was a goal that I wanted to achieve from the very beginning. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. I wasn't sure if I could do it. It was very hard for me, but the teachers, the counselors, they help you. One of the teachers was Miss Araceli. Miss Araceli, she gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll come over and she'll sit there with you until you get it.
At age 47, with the help of his teacher, Marco finished his high school diploma.
50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work. Getting your high school diploma, it is a life-changing experience. It really is. It catapults you to where you want to go.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Jeff says we're wall-to-wall signal. There you go. Here, wait. Here, wait. What does that remind you?
It reminds me. It looks
Soupy
like
sales.
You're having a stroke. Don's dancing.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Show. We really appreciate you being with us. This is our Halloween edition. Not that we're doing anything special for it other than Jeff's decorations, but we appreciate that.
Jeff spent yesterday at not Home Depot, Home Goods buying Halloween decorations for us.
And leftover stuff from years back. Obviously, the Scarecrow has been through hell and back. Yeah, there's that.
It's Halloween.
Yeah. All right. Time now to take a look. I said local racing shows. I think all the local racing is over with.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we have national and world racing events.
Yeah,
Got,
well,
some cruise-ins and stuff. Where do you want to start?
Well, Formula One is at Imola, Italy.
That's Imola.
Imola. I don't know. How do you say it in Italian?
Imola.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
So they're on, and they're going to be on tomorrow on ESPN. And then the Turkish Grand Prix is 2 weekends away. Bahrain is going to be on the 27th. So lots of
Those people have no lives over there, I guess.
Yeah, well, Formula One's trying to catch up with where they were because, through the summer they weren't racing.
Yeah.
So they're going to really punch a bunch of them right in here at the end of the season.
Gotcha.
And then tomorrow is Martinsville Speedway for NASCAR as they're coming down.
They're back at Martinsville?
Yeah, they're going to put a short track in the Final Four. So
how fun.
So they have crushed down to the.
I can't wait till next year. Did you hear that they're going to put dirt over Bristol and have an actual NASCAR dirt track?
That's really?
Yes.
Well, plus coming to Circuit of the Americas, that's going to be a great track to run
I bet it's a
NASCAR
different
on.
car than the dirt track version.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And then Phoenix next weekend, as again NASCAR is coming to the end of their season. IMSA, which is the Corvettes and the prototype cars, they're running at Laguna Seca this weekend. And friend of the show, Alec Udell, he'll be running his the Mercedes GT4 car there. And he's all. If you kind of follow us online, I kind of share some of Alec's posts.
I became a friend of his
racing experience. Yeah, he writes a very, very nice story each week about what it takes to become a racer and the things that he does in it. So follow him and follow him on our Facebook page as well. It's very, very interesting. Real nice young guy. And then on the 14th of November, they're going to run the 12 Hours of Sebring, which would have run back in March, but they can't, so they're going to run it on the 14th. I think that's their season ender. And then talking about season ender, OOEE is going to win her 4th world championship. You like that OOEE? You get that?
I'm with you now.
So they are running Las Vegas this weekend. They're qualifying first round right now. And I think if she makes the third round, she wins the world championship for her 4th time. Go, Erica.
Absolutely. Always.
And then, shows around town. Let's see. Tonight at Ma's Tea House, which is down here in Richmond, they're going to have the Japanese domestic market meet. So a lot of Japanese import cars, not the ones that are imported through the dealerships, but these are the ones that are imported directly from Japan. Quite a few right-hand drive Japanese cars are going to be down here at Ma's Tea House in Richmond.
I got some news.
The Kima car meet and the Nifty. And anyhow, I'm done.
The Nifty 50?
Well, Nifty 50s.
That was last weekend.
That was last weekend. But the other one is Chrome and Coffee at Prince's Hamburgers tomorrow. And that starts at 9 a.m. and goes to 12 noon. And be there. And Don Armstrong is going to be signing his hero cards.
I don't have any hero cards. I'll sign your shirt, though.
Okay. So come
with
and get an
indelible
autograph.
ink. Can I do some news now, or do you just want to go ahead and take up the rest of the... I've only got a minute to go.
Go.
Federal judge on Thursday granted a last-minute request to stop the U.S. government from turning over to Japan 2 Massachusetts men to face charges that they helped smuggle former Nissan Motor Company chairman Carlos Ghosn, I think it's pronounced Ghosn, but I like Ghosn better, smuggle him out of the country while he was awaiting trial on financial crimes.
Smuggled him out in a piece of luggage.
Prosecutors say the 2 men facilitated a brazen escape in which Ghosn fled Japan on December 29th of last year, hidden in a box and on a private jet before reaching Lebanon, his childhood home, which has no extradition treaty with Japan. Ghosn was awaiting trial on charges that he engaged in financial wrongdoing, including by understating his compensation in Nissan's financial statements. Ghosn denies any wrongdoing, of course.
Yeah, but that's why he ran away.
And I'm going to squeeze this in. It's going to run us behind, but it's your fault.
Yes, sir.
Toyota Motor Company said it's adding 1.5 million Toyota and Lexus vehicles to a large recall announced in January over a fuel pump that may stop operating, potentially causing a stall or risking a crash. In total, about 3.4 million vehicles are now included in the recall, covering model years 2013 to 2020. Toyota-affiliated supplier Denso Corporation manufactured the fuel pumps involved in both sets of recalls. So go to safercar.gov, type in your VIN number, which you can find on your insurance paper, and it'll tell you whether you got a recall or not.
And if you've paid for a fuel pump on your Toyota that's included in the recall, you can probably get reimbursed for it.
Okay. You good?
I'm good. You got another minute left.
No, I don't, actually. But we are going to take a quick break, and In Real Time returns right after this.